My name is Lindsay Huff. I'm an artist and a metalsmith, and welcome to the Etna Art Tour 2020. This is my home studio where I create wearable art, jewelry, and sculpture. I create jewelry as Huffalo, which I've been doing since 2006. I'm also a community arts educator, so I teach adults, teens, and kids how to use various metalsmithing and jewelry making processes, and I also create sculpture. This year I'm working with the Etna Community Organization to create sculptures for the future Etna Eco Park. And if you're interested in learning more about that, we have a call for submissions for imagery for those sculptures. You can find me on Facebook, and you can also reach out at etnaartproject@gmail.com. So a through line for both those sculptures and for my wearable art is that I often use enamel, which is a process of fusing glass to metal. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Behind me on the shelves, my great Uncle Paul made those for me. There's all sorts of different powders that it's silica and different elements and minerals to make the different colors. And we're going to start out with copper. So it can be a big sheet like this, and then it gets cut down into smaller sizes using a jeweler's saw or shears like this. And with a little bit of filing, sanding, and hole drilling, we have something more refined like this. Go ahead and add some seaweed glue, and then using a sifter like this, we're going to add our glass powder. It's about the consistency of table sugar. And then fill this up about halfway, and if I tap it just like a flour sifter, it's going to come out the bottom and stick to where I have that glue. So there's all sorts of different processes you can use to create different imagery and textures, but just this is a very simple way of doing your base layer, like so. But once you're happy with how that looks, then it's time to melt this glass powder so that it's permanently adhered to here. And this is what my kiln is for. So this is one of my big kilns here. You can see in the background the dial for one of my smaller ones. Probably left to my own devices, I would actually just fire this single piece with a torch, which is also a possibility. So as long as you're at 1500, that's the magic number, the glass will melt after about 2 minutes, and then let it cool down for a few more minutes, and then you have something like this. So the colors are shiny, they're permanent, you have the vibrant color of glass, but the durability of that metal that's underneath. So once your enameling process is done, it can happen once in the kiln, you can do that dozens of times. You go ahead and add your findings, and then you end up with earrings and other types of jewelry like this. So you can find me at various events and galleries around Pittsburgh, and you can find me at huffalo.etsy.com. And thanks for visiting.